So first I'm going to start setting my eyes with the ginger concealer from the Profusion palette, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. Next I'm going to take my JaclynHill palette and I'm going to use the color Silk Cream to set my concealer in place. Next, I'm going to take my MorphexJamesCharles palette and I'm going to use the color Love That, and I'm going to put that into my crease. Alright, and now your crease should look something like this. Nice and blended and well packed on. Next, I'm going to take the color Escape and I'm going to use that to blend out Love That to give it a nice gradient effect. Now that I'm satisfied with the way those two colors look, hey, I'm going to take that same palette and dip it to single, and that's going to be used as my final blending color to kind of tie everything in together. So just take your time and just keep blending. Next, I'm going to grab my Profusion concealer palette and I'm going to use the color Ginger, and I'm going to cut my crease. Now that I'm satisfied with the way my cut crease is looking, I'm going to grab Escape and I'm going to pack that on the inner and outer parts of my cut crease to give it some dimension. Now that I'm satisfied with the way my outer and inner edges are blended, I'm going to take my JaclynHill palette and I'm going to dip into the color Pool Party, and I'm going to pat that down the center of my eyelid, making sure to blend the edges together. We're going to grab Escape and we're going to put it back in the inner and outer edges of the eye, because when you put Pool Party down the center, it disappears. So you just want to pat, pat, pat and not blend, because it's going to take away Pool Party. Right, we're going to take Abyss and we're going to pat that on the outer edges, so that way give it some dimension and depth and tie everything in together. And the next shot, this face that I'm making, I am not satisfied whatsoever. So I'm going to take the black and I'm going to blend that into my crease. And you can already tell the difference just by adding just a little bit of that into the crease. So much better. I'm going to dip back into my transition color since I lost so much of it. And I'm going to pop it back into my crease and blend until I'm satisfied. Oh my gosh, this color, pinkity drinkity. So I can blend out the edges. Next, I'm going to grab my box of crayons, the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to dip into silver. And I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. Wow. I've never done this before. Shouts out to you, Rocio. You inspired me. Hey, nothing new here. I'm taking my Milani 2-in-1 foundation and the shade Nutmeg. And I'm going to apply that all over my face. And I'm going to blend it out with my Luxie flat kabuki brush. Next, I'm going to take my Profusion Conceal Palette. And I'm going to dip into the color Ginger. And I'm going to apply it underneath my eye. I'm going to take my Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Honey, and I'm going to set my under eye so I don't crease. Now I'm going to go back into that same palette and I'm going to use the color Zoba. And I'm going to use that as one of my 2 highlighters. I'm going to take my Anastasia Glow Kit and I'm going to dip into the color Bronze. And I'm going to put that on top of Zoba. This is the finished look. I was inspired by Rocio Seha. This is all your fault. I'm so used to sticking to my neutral browns and like really cute pinks. But no, I really wanted to go and challenge myself, and I think I kind of did. This is it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.